That's not
I
an
kind of
that's
like.
not an anyways thing. They're role playing
I
this
was just
out.
thinking. I was just thinking. We could just roll. Oh, do we have? Does anybody down here have dice?
No, I
Has
really
what?
want to hear the Ockar's plans for the future. I
Right,
don't know.
right. That part hasn't been role played out yet. Let's
Bra-
keep going with that.
Braxon goes to Ockar and says, "Well, we could certainly use another person in the group."
Yeah,
Lever,
we used to have another wizard, but yeah, things didn't work out.
We'll just leave it at that.
And yeah, we could always use another person with us.
hmm
Well, as long as you're willing to do work for the side of good, I'm willing to lend you my sword in battle.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. I have no
So,
problems with that.
Though, there's a caveat. If I ever suspect that you are starting to go down the road of evil, I'm allowed to leave.
Certainly.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, at least he won't try to kill us.
I don't know much about what Lever says. I don't know much about paladins at all. Can you describe it? Why you are so insistent on everything being good?
Because paladins are champions of justice and righteousness. We are meant to protect the innocent and squash down evildoers wherever they may be.
So,
Yep. Good thing that the body's
how
actually
much
good.
do you actually tolerate? I mean,
I can tolerate things if I see that it's for the greater good, and if I think a law is unjust, I'm willing to bend on that. But if I think that someone is actively harming the innocent, or is doing or is going against a just law, then I'm less willing to bend.
okay.
Lafdul raises his eyebrows but says nothing.
Sounds like you're our kind of person. I mean,
Yeah. Well.
we went hunting for some murderers a while ago.
Well, that's what this all led to. We found this because of that.
Yes, the guard has informed me about what you were up to before you needed to get assistance for this deep spawn.
Yeah, I don't see anything we do as inherently evil.
Mm-hmm.
We're majorly kind of like treasure hunters.
So,
Right now, anyways, until the church calls on a favor.
so if more than one of us want this sword, how about we flip coins for it?
All right, that's basically roll a d2.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, oh, in roll 20 terms.
Usually
Alright.
I'm not
You
one
want me
for
to flip the
gambling,
coin? I
but
can
this
flip the
one
coin for you.
time I guess I can try it.
Well, it's not gambling. It's
It's basically a game of chance to see who gets it.
right. Like I mean,
How are we gonna do?
even if you don't have even if you have an issue with gambling, there's nothing against playing the exact same game with no stakes.
True.
So,
Well,
and
the
this
stakes
is
is the sword.
well, yeah, but it's not. You're not betting anything. It's just to see who gets
Who
this
gets
one
first?
and then
That works.
You know who gets first pick, so to speak.
All right.
So how about here's what we do. We have all roll it, and then we call 1 or 2.
Okay, I call
While you
one.
roll.
All right. Well, hold on a
All right,
second.
Well,
Higgimus
between
picks out
three
a
of
big
you.
one.
Hang on, because there's 3 of us.
So we do 2
That's
rounds.
3.
Well, we're not going to do 2 rounds when there's 3 of us, are we?
We do 2
Well,
rounds, right?
okay.
So
How
the
about
first
this?
one who doesn't get it is eliminated, and then
How about this?
Actually, I got a better idea.
All right.
Hang on, listen to
God.
No. I want to hear what Asher's idea is.
Here, Braxon, Lafdul, and I'm sorry, what was your name?
Ockar.
Paladin friend?
Ockar.
Ockar?
Ockar
Alright.
Stanbjornsson.
you forgot me
Is
again.
there a way to do a message?
GM roll
Okay.
slash
roll.
GM roll. That will roll it so that I see it
Um,
and no one else.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say have them all make a guess to pick a number between 1 and 10. The closest one to it gets it. But I'll have you be the one to pick a number so it's fair.
Well, actually, what I was thinking is,
You can say /GM message or something like that.
well,
Or whisper.
what you
Plus
can
W.
what you can do is, I mean, the coin idea isn't too bad. You can basically flip the coin and by rolling 1d2, and then have everyone say what their what their choice is, and they can whisper that to me, and
if two people guess what, well,
It's the same either way, though.
well, so
if two people get it right, then we do it again.
Hang on. Normal way of flipping the coins is something like heads you win, tails you lose.
right, but with three
So-
people, it would be either if two people choose wrong, one person chooses right, then they get it. If two people choose right and one
Yeah.
person chooses wrong, then the person who chooses wrong is out, and then we do it again for the last two.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
sounds fair to me.
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds fair to me.
Slash, how do you do
And it sounds more in character.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll flip a coin, guys, and you guys guess, and then when
No,
everybody's
what I'm
guessing,
saying
I'll
is-
flip the coin. I'll do that.
Oh,
Oh,
what
uh,
we could,
Or we can just have, we guess and then we have AuldDragon it there.
There you go. I'll
Okay.
get it
Or-
rolled.
or we can just flip coins ourselves and see if we get.
No, I'll just I'll just do the GM
oh.
roll so that it shows up on
Okay.
on the stream.
But
screen.
which one will be heads and which one will be tails?
One is heads, two is
Doesn't matter,
tails.
Okay.
So you can just say 1 or 2.
Yeah, you can do that, one or two. But role-playing wise, it would be heads, tails.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I pull out a
Alright.
platinum coin because that seems appropriate.
So
And-
okay, so you could do Asher, you can do GM roll, 1d2, and that you see it and I see it, and no one else does.
Okay, so it's slash.
GM roll.
I'm in front.
Alright, I'm gonna guess what I usually guess on the coin flip, heads.
I'll guess heads as well.
I'll guess heads as well.
Like you being awkward, don't you?
Wait, that means that it doesn't matter.
Well, I thought we'd all flip our own coins.
No.
No, that's not how it works.
One person flips the coin, which is Higgimus, and we need to we need to eliminate people. So
One of us has to pick different.
yeah.
Okay, I'll go for tails then.
All right, Higgimus, why don't you do
Flip
it
the
again?
coin.
Do it again since this happened after people chose afterwards. Let's have it completely fresh.
Alright.
So the one you just did. Okay, there we go. All right. Braxon is out. It's now between Ockar and Yeldin.
Heads.
Tail.
Before you mention the results, I'm gonna. I forgot our dwarven friend's name. God damn it.
Urgoff.
What's his name? Urgoff. Urgoff. My good friend. Do you want to make a wager on who'll win? Who'll win?
No,
Five
we're not
silver.
making this a bet.
He lets out a good laugh, and I'll take that.
5 silver. The winner, or
Well, five silver. I'm gonna put 5 silver on a paladin friend here.
all right, 5 silver on Braxon.
But Braxon's
And,
already out.
Yeldin. Braxton's out.
If it ends up being Yeldin, we'll both give 5
Well, no. Braxon's already
silver
out.
to-
Braxon's already out. It's down to Ockar and Yeldin now.
All right, I'm on Yeldin then. 5 silver for Yeldin.
Oh,
Alright.
dear.
Higgimus flips the last coin.
Come on.
That's tails.
Oh yeah!
Damn.
Oh.
Oh well.
I begrudgingly hand over 5 silver.
He takes the 5 silver from you and with a big grin on his face.
Okay, that's a magical longsword. The hilt it's reptilian and has gem insets in the eyes.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark it as magic longsword with reptilian hilt.
And gems in the eyes.
Gem eyes. Okay, and as a sport, I'll give my old longsword to Yeldin.
Sure. Now I have 4 long swords.
Hey,
Well,
it's
you
in
know,
case you break one.
Yeah.
Breaking on you.
Yeldin has gone through a lot of longswords. They keep on breaking.
That's true.
That's why I wasn't objecting to it.
We're kind of like the company of broken swords here.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that
going.
sounds like a good name.
I'm going to move
You know,
to a
it kinda
safe
does, doesn't
spot and test out the sword by swinging it a bit to see if it feels any lighter than the old one.
It's definitely very well balanced. Swings smooth. That's about all you can really tell, really. I mean, it's difficult to tell whether the balance is magical or just extremely well made.
Okay, I'm gonna sheath it then.
Yeah.
That's
assuming it comes
one
with
of the 10 magic items I could possibly have on me.
Yep.
Because I can only have 10.
And
And
when
can
you
never
get
give it
to
the party.
when you get to a point where you have 10 items and you want to take an 11th, the one that you give up cannot go back to the party. It has to go to your church. Just FYI.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that's the only magical sword you're going to get for a long time.
yes.
he can go. The thing I actually looked at paladin stuff the other day out of character, and fucking the benefits they get from using a freaking holy sword. Holy fucking shit!
Yep.
Yeah, but you have to get one.
Yeah.
And that is why he's never going to get one.
I may roll one up. May happen.
You're not going to roll a holy sword, though. You're going to roll up a...
I don't know.
holy,
I remember
dinner fork or
somewhere
something.
at some point.
The holy can opener.
The holy man catcher.
Anyways, as I was saying,
Thou shalt be catched. As he
Well,
runs around
congratulations
trying
on
to
your
catch
win.
them.
I was saying the rules actually, once the paladin hits a certain level, suggest that the GM does like a special quest thing to get him a holy sword.
Oh, I'm sure he will for all of us.
But
Our
Yes,
equivalents.
for you all to get your own holy swords.
Not for holy swords.
Thank you.
No.
No, thank you. I don't want a holy sword. It would
Lever
feel...
wants a holy book. Pardons. Why?
What?
No,
Lever-
Leva wants a staff
Holy-
of power.
Leva that doesn't hold with religion and all that thing. All that stuff. That's not her thing.
No, you want staff of power because it gives you cool spells.
Hang on a minute. Didn't Lever just get brought back from the dead by deity?
That's
he
true.
doesn't-
That's true. How is that going to affect her agnosticism?
Not at all.
Maybe she's in denial.
All Leva sees is priests who use the wand. So the wand is magically charged, so they use some charges on the wand. Why has that anything to do with any god or anything like that?
But you can't get a resurrection spell.
No, I can't.
Well,
There's a law spell she can't get, though.
power comes from somewhere. Anyway,
She's
did you
Well,
guys pick up all of the treasure?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, if we can. Yeah, we'll keep the melted coins separated from the normal coins, but other than that,
Is it melted
Nice,
together
Ockar.
in a mass, or is that like various masses of molten
It's
slag?
it's various masses. Some are effectively individual coins. Some of the coins are melted together. But they're all very deformed. So it's you just pile them in something and sell it off as scrap essentially.
hmm
Cool.
Kind of like those Clockwork Horror corpses that you guys have been sitting on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been
we-
trying to get them the party to sell them, but no. We keep getting distracted. Now we're gonna have time to sell them.
We've been too busy working.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have had days. All right. Anyway, let's see. Let me double check everything else.
I just thought giving a
so-
prayer would be an appropriate thing in this situation.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Higgimus kind of turned towards everybody. It was like, that does sound like a good name for us. Company of the Broken Sword. How does everybody feel about that? I know we haven't had a name. What to call our group?
I'm fine with it.
As long as
Good.
we're not known as misplaced fireball or something, then I'm fine with it.
The company of the fireball.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, that
Well-
would have been anything to Ockar because he wasn't there when that happened.
well, I was actually thinking of when you mentioned that.
Well,
To
you know, you guys
something
probably talked about it
Dorothy
enough that he
flame.
almost feels like he was. Almost as if it was another life that he experienced it in.
Higgimus didn't have
Well-
any problems with the fireball.
We'll need a name for our ship as well. It's bad luck not to have a name for a ship. We might have
we
That's
don't.
true.
We can name it when we get there because.
Well,
when we
considering all
launch
this
it-
talk of a fireball, maybe we can name the ship the Fireball.
Oh god.
I actually did like pommel. Somebody suggested pommel at some point.
Yeah, the
Braxon,
little
wasn't it?
small pour on the sword.
Yeah. Somebody, you may have imagined that because we haven't actually role played it yet.
Well, it's a little small thing.
I dreamt of it. During the week.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Either way, we should
we don't have
probably
to
get
name
out
it
of
yet.
here.
We can do that, but we just have to name it before we launch her again.
Did
We should probably get out of here with all this stuff. We would rather not get
Yeah.
suddenly ambushed by another crazy monster.
was anyone
the
gonna
mobs.
take the like the pieces of the wand or?
I put the wand.
I
the
meant to
broken-
ask you to.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh,
'cause we can
well,
take
hold
that
on,
to, like-
people. Don't talk over each other, please. Higgimus started speaking, and then Leva. So Higgimus first.
I wrote down the broken wand because you said that we could probably maybe sell that one. But I did not write down the broken weapons and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Oh.
and the vial.
Leva.
I didn't write down the broken
Vial.
vials.
Leva,
Yeah,
you had
I was going to ask about the wand as well. Is it actually still worth anything?
go ahead and give me a spellcraft check. Okay, in and of itself, especially considering you don't know what the wand was, exhausted, destroyed wands and the like aren't inherently valuable. But you do recall that occasionally former magic items or pieces of magic items are needed in spell ink, magic item creation, that sort of thing. So it could be useful at some point. Maybe.
All right. So I can take it if the others agree. Just
Sure. If you want to take it, go right ahead.
Sure, I had it in the group loot. Since you mentioned
The,
that, Leva, do you think that those broken vials where all the content spilled out, do you think that would be useful in the same way?
Probably
Oh.
not.
Alt, is there a test for that?
You could roll a proficiency check again.
That wouldn't be
Oh,
spellcraft though.
Yeah,
wouldn't
spellcraft.
It would. Oh, okay. We need new elk. Nope.
No, but one of them was silver.
Might as well put that in with the rest of the slag.
To answer your question, I don't recognize any of this, but look, isn't one of them silver or something?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess I'll pick it up and toss it with the rest of the slag.
Okay.
All right.
I can also take the scrolls. Well, there's a lot of stuff, and the question is, if we put scrolls, etc., in with the heavy stuff, doesn't it get broken?
Scrolls are in a bone scroll case.
Is that strong enough to be just thrown away?
Yeah,
with
it's not a concern.
Is there anything else that might be fragile?
I'm kind of making an assumption that if you guys can carry the weight, then in normal travel, even fragile, you've taken the precautions for fragile things. It's only in critical fumbles, failed saving throws, that type of situation where a fragile item is likely to break.
Oh, then I don't actually need to take the wand. Like, we can just throw it in with the other stuff.
Well, yeah, but the
You
party
wanted to keep it
treasure.
separate for your stuff.
Yeah, the party treasure should be very fluid. Things should go into it temporarily and then get moved out into individual people's inventories.
Oh, okay.
Whoever just deleted that golden helm, we did not give him the helm.
Yeah, we gave him the whole suit. The helm is included.
Nope.
No, it's
No?
just the armor because I appraised it at 800.
Could you please undo that?
The helmet was separate, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and again, this is one of those things where Asher said a while back that he was handling the party treasure.
Right.
So
Yeah, so please let me take care of that.
We don't want to confuse everybody.
Or I will start enforcing situations where if one person deletes something, especially if it's not caught right away, then the assumption is that they decided that it was worthless and tossed it aside.
All right.
No, I mean, we have one person who
The only
Right.
let Asher touch the loot.
Right, but what I mean
idea.
is that if one person has taken on the task of handling the party treasure and someone else goes in and
Yes.
removes an item and it doesn't get moved into someone's inventory, then the assumption is that it got tossed aside, and now I mean this was caught right away, but if it was like only caught next session, then the assumption is it's gone.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree.
So
Otherwise, we get into each other's way anyway, because one person adds something, another person deletes something, and nobody has an idea of who has what.
or there's a duplication,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't mind if somebody changes the spelling because my spelling's atrocious, but
I think that's just the internet.
I don't know.
it
My
got
spelling's
worse.
pretty good.
It got worse when spell check was invented. So,
Yeah.
but I've never been good at spelling. So,
All right. Well, if you've picked up everything, you can begin to make your way out of this area.
Yeah, we might as well go back.
oh,
The snails stare at
on the way
Braxon.
out. On the way out, I'd be like, folks, I think we need to grab these shells off these snails. By the way.
I think they need them.
You can take the broken. Yeah, you can kill the snails by yourself, or we can just take the broken pieces.
I think the snails are using their shells.
That was
Higgimus,
a broken snail.
Higgimus, did you already take the broken shells?
No,
we have
lost
not
them
taken the
first.
broken shells yet.
So why
We
don't you
left
take those? Does anyone know how much they're worth, or what they could be used for?
Yeah,
Uh,
but other than they
taxidermy.
look really pretty.
The shells are pretty strong. I think they could probably be used for like some sort of armor.
You don't know that. Swing your sword against one. See if it breaks.
We played with the shell parts when we came across them.
Did we?
I don't
Yeah.
think we should mess with the spiral mandate.
And
We'll
they
just purge you out, if you get in their way.
I think that looking at those shells, I think that somebody would want those. I think they could be pretty valuable.
How's our paladin reacting to this act of violence?
They're animals.
Could we appraise the broken shells and find out how much they're worth?
Honestly, yeah.
Appraisal wouldn't work on that. It's too
Too
far out of
exotic.
the
Too niche.
Hang
too,
on.
too far out of the standard realm of what appraisal works on.
I don't
Hang
think
on.
the
Aren't these snails quite big?
Yes.
Well, we're never going to get them out because we had to come through some small corridors that a Giff has to squeeze through. So you're never going to get one of these shells out in one piece. So we
Well,
can take the pieces out.
Give them your leaves. Put a trail of leaves out. They'll gobble them up. We'll lead them out.
You know, you guys are just staying here talking about killing snails and taking their shells. That
I'm just gonna be
I think we should just keep going and
Yeah, let's
just
just
take out the
keep
little
going.
faces.
Plus, you should be role playing this out, Yeldin, that you'd be against it.
Why would we be against it?
because I'm a
It's
ranger.
He's harming
There's
I don't know, natural environment.
there's no need to do it. We can take
Yeah.
the broken ones if you want to, but there's no need to kill the peaceful snails.
Are you against hunting?
Honestly.
I'll look over. Are you against hunting?
No, I'm not against hunting. I'm against killing animals for no reason.
I think those shells would be worth something, though.
That would be
That's
trophy
You
hunting,
can take
though.
the broken one, but there's no real need for it. Sure, we got lots of money. We don't need it.
All right.
I'm gonna check my ranger abilities because there's something about animal empathy.
Well, paladin, I don't think lawful good counts in this. The paladin doesn't really have a problem with what you're doing. He just
It's
wants
just
kill a
general
lot.
slaughter of animals. It's not a good thing for no. You would do it if it's to survive or something. You wouldn't do it for the sake of it.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
more
but-
about protecting people, not animals.
Yeah,
Um,
that's one of the difference between a ranger and a paladin.
Well, look, if we could cut a deal where
Cut the snail up.
we occasionally come down and
Take the
And-
take the shell off the snail.
kill a snail, take it upstairs, sell it to a restaurant along with some of these mushrooms.
Well, you know this is not
Snail
possible
chunks.
because once we get out of here,
Yeah,
They
what's
will-
Then-
the price gonna block?
nature
Off the area.
lore for that.
we can't do
Yeah,
that.
but I mean, if we were going to do something like that, then we'd get the shells as a byproduct. But just
No.
killing the snails just
They
for no reason.
They will seal off the area, so we don't have access to it anymore.
Well, we could have a word with them, see if they'll put a door in.
Well, there's no point in sealing
Time
off.
slots are
putting
endless.
So-
a door to a seal.
So would you
Why
guys be
even-
against for like hunting for pelts too? In this case, I'm trying to get a figurehead for what you guys are into and not into.
Okay, so
No, but
here's
when-
something. I'm looking
Sorry.
at my ranger stuff. Nature lore at level 1 to 3 knows the general principles of climate, terrain, life forms interact, can identify problems, but can only guess at causes.
Yeah,
So,
but this
using nature.
this would be pretty far outside of your real area of expertise.
Okay.
an
I'm thinking
enclosed
it probably.
cavern system with a very clearly not fully formed ecosystem.
All right. I'm looking at animal lore now, or animal empathy. Can
Let-
modify
hang on, 'cause
supernatural creatures.
Well,
Alright.
you know how you'd role play anyway, so
Hang,
fine.
hang on, Chris, you're just discussing D&D rules, and let's get back to role playing.
Leva
Right.
said, "Well, if you offer me a fur coat, then I have absolutely nothing against you hunting anything. But I think the shells are a bit too hard for that."
I'm not against you hunting them. I just want us to get going.
Yeah.
Well,
I
from my point of view, if we were going to use the whole animal, if it was edible, and we were going to take it out, sell it for food, and sell the shell, and we took one or two, maybe, but we're not going to get the shell out in one piece because we've got that small tunnel to crawl through.
Yeah, I don't think
So-
we needed the whole thing in the whole as a whole though.
Well, we've got the broken shells. Can we not use those?
Yeah, I
I
was
suppose
just
so.
thinking. Like I said, there's no need to hunt them. We can just take the broken shells and be done with it.
All right, Higgins will sigh a little bit, and then you'll say, out of consideration for the ranger here, I guess I won't. Or I guess
Well,
we
look,
shouldn't.
If we can cut a deal where we can come back here, these things will die of old age, and they will leave shells.
You say that with inverted commas or what?
I
We're
think
not
No,
gonna
no,
get a
no,
deal.
they will-
They want to wall it off.
Yeah,
And
No,
if
no,
we
no,
can
Braxon
cut a
bet on
deal,
that.
if we could cut a deal, there's resources down here. If we offered them that this could have a portcullis or something, we could come in every so often, collect some shells from any that have died, maybe see if we farm mushrooms or whatever
So-
they want to do down here.
Leva turns around to us and says, "Hey, Urgoth, when you seal off the area, is there any way at all for anybody to come down here again and for example, take shells that have fallen off or of snails that have died?"
He's been listening to this whole conversation with one eyebrow raised, basically thinking to himself, you know, you could ask me a question. And at Leva's question, he turns and says, "If there were a door, it wouldn't exactly be sealed off, now would it?"
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I said before.
Forget it.
I
Higgins will
don't
just reach
necessarily
over,
understand
grab
what
all
your plan
the
is.
shells, and then or grab what you can, the broken shells, and then say, "Forget it. It's too much. Let's get going."
Okay. So the broken shells, let me go ahead and... They are going to weigh 270 pounds.
What?
The pieces of the shells, if you take them all.
Higgins will carry him out.
Can you carry that much?
He's not going to be able to climb a rope and carry them. Surely.
We would have to tie them to the end of the rope and pull the rope up.
Yep.
You could do that.
And the rope take, well.
Dear
That's the
Lord,
magic
man.
If the
Use
rope
the
can take
magic
Higgimus's weight, the rope can take the weight of the shells.
Can the magic rope take the weight of the shells plus Higgimus?
Maybe.
Higgimus
We'll
wouldn't be able to carry the shells and climb the rope at the same time.
Stop
Or
inventing
backpacks.
problems. Stop inventing problems.
Let's just go. Let's just go.
But it adds flavor.
No,
And
let's just go.
Let's burn that mold room and get those last of those gems.
Look,
Now,
I'll just tie him at the bottom, and then I'll climb up the rope, and then we'll just tell the rope to come back.
I don't think that would work with the magic rope.
Oh,
You can just pull the
well, I
rope
can
up.
pull him up from that point.
You could, yeah, I mean,
We've
you could
got
just tie him up with a regular rope and
Yeah, come up. That's what we'll do.
Now, some of the pieces will fit in your backpack, but this is a situation where you're talking about, you know, like, sure, you can carry 4 suits of plate armor, but, you know, weight-wise, but you can't actually fit them in your backpack. That's silly.
Yeah.
Well, that's
This
why you
is a
bring large
case
sacks.
where you are actively carrying these things for the rest of the way.
That's fine.
You know, like you've maybe tied them up a little bit with some rope or something like that, so that
If
they
we get
make
in
a
a
single
fight,
bundle.
I'll set them down, take a round setting them down, and pulling out my sword.
I mean,
Okay.
keep in mind that they are pieces, but the largest piece is, you know, about 75 to 80% of one side. So you're talking about something that's 6-7 feet tall and maybe about that much wide,
So it's like a tower shield.
except
Bigger.
significantly bigger.
Could you make a tower
tower
shield
shield
made of
from
Probably
outside.
stone?
carry a bed frame.
Yeah, it's very big, very bulky.
Can we even get it through the small tunnels?
Maybe
Is it bigger than me?
it's bigger than you, but it's also thin. I mean, compared to you, it's thin. So you might be able
Alright.
to wedge it around the corner.
Okay.
Because it's really that corner that's the problem.
I
The snail's
will.
not bothered by us carrying the broken shell.
This will be my cross to bear. I'll deal with it.
Is it bendable?
No,
Brittle.
it's not really brittle either.
Ooh.
This is tough stuff.
Well, I meant bendable, like, for example, bamboo, that you could sort of slightly bend
Nope.
around the corner. Okay. Well, Higgimus,
This is a compromise.
Higgimus wants some shell armor.
I think it looks neat.
Yeah, but I don't know how well it'll work as armor. It's too.
I wonder if we could turn that into plate.
Well, you'll have to
Exotic
you'll
as
have to
well.
talk to someone.
You're working with an exotic. It'd be extraordinarily expensive.
Probably. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
let's
Yeah.
first try and get it up to the top.
Well,
This'll be
first
fun.
let's head over to where we left some of those gems at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
we gotta burn that out or something.
Okay, so as far as you can tell, there's very little left alive here that's in any way, worrisome. Is that?
Is there anything in the water?
Bits of deep spawn.
Nothing else.
I wonder if we could take some of that deep spawn back in turn. Wait, no, that'd probably not be a good food source.
Have we taken a trophy part of that deep spawn, like a nice,
Yes.
a small part of it?
I think Higgimus
Yeah,
said he was
it's
taking the
part
eye
of it.
stock.
Yeah, an eye stock to prove
Just
that
so we got
killed
something.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone
Sure,
wants to take a piece either as a trophy or for some other reason, feel free to just, make a note. There's plenty of eye stalks if everyone wanted one. There are not plenty of tentacles, but, if someone wants one, I mean, there's
Lafdul is a member
It's
of.
not more for a trophy. It's more of a. Here's the proof that this thing was actually down here.
No.
Yeah.
We're part of a cult now. We're the company of the.
The tentacle.
Wow.
Broken sword.
The broken tentacle.
the severed tentacle.
No.
So, I mean, if anyone wants to take a piece, you can just write it down.
Well, I heard that somebody already did. So.
Yeah, that's fine. But write it down in your personal inventory.
How
Yep, I
heavy
have
is an eye stalk or tentacle?
Eye
I just have
stalks,
decent.
eye stalks functionally weigh nothing. The tentacles themselves, those are heavy.
Yeah.
If we carefully skin the deep spawn, we could turn it into a set of bagpipes.
We've hacked it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, I don't have taxidermy.
I don't
or
even
anything.
know why I'm hanging out with you. Jesus. You have the
Well, we
weirdest
could turn it into leather
idea.
armor, maybe.
Leather
It's a great
working.
idea, I
Oh my
think.
goodness.
It's
No.
no, it's not. It's not. It doesn't have hide the way that cows or goats or other creatures that you'd turn into leather armor do. It's
Okay, but what about the bagpipes?
no. No. Ew.
My character
We
who
c-
has leather
well,
will
well,
take one look and say it's not possible, just out of sheer principle.
Waste
It's
not,
like-
want not.
It's rather big, so don't forget it has an opening where it actually gives birth to the clones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your pack mule's already got his hands full.
Quite literally.
Tall would that make it in total?
I'm sorry. What was that, Leva?
Go. I'm just gonna start going at this point.
I'm sorry. What
Yeah,
was that,
I'll
Leva?
follow him.
How tall would it be in total?
Oh, the thing is 14. The sphere, the spherical body of it, it's 14
Yes.
feet.
Well, good luck making a bagpipe out of that.
Well, I mean that means there's a lot of skin on it, but it's not. It's not skin like human or calf skin or cow skin or anything like that.
Kind of like an
Nice
octopus or something.
Yeah, a little bit more like that.
Anyway.
in texture and everything like that. But yes, so if anyone wants a trophy, you can take an eye stalk that it functionally weighs nothing. The tentacles weigh a lot if someone wanted to carry that, but it could theoretically be
more
curled
of-
up into a.
I will take one ice.
I'll take an eye
Yeah.
stock to show off to the other paladins.
You could cut off like the the mouth that was on the end of 3 of the tentacles, rather than take the entire 20-foot long tentacle.
That's what I was thinking of, but how heavy is
Yeah.
that?
That's
I
about
was
10
just
pounds.
thinking, the eye stalk is fairly recognizable as being part of a deep spawn, right?
I didn't hear how heavy that was.
The mouth would be about 10 pounds. An eye stalk would be recognizable as a deep spawn eye stalk to someone else who has encountered a deep spawn. But
Yeah, I'm gonna take an eye stock to show off.
How many is there?
it would be proof that you killed something down there.
Yeah, that's basically all we need. It's like, oh yeah, this thing was down there. We were right.
Yeah,
We
I
weren't
took-
pulling your leg or anything.
I just wrote down deep spawn trophy.
All right. Well, if you want the mouth, it's 10 pounds. If you want an eye, and keep in mind that you're also getting Ichor over everything. All right.
I pack it in the sheet of paper I still have.
That's good paper. Well, not
I've got
anymore.
a spare rag of cloth. I can wrap
Oh,
it in
actually-
for mine.
Is the lizard still there with leaves?
The leaves aren't
Or
that
did-
big.
Oh, Higgimus ate them.
Well, yeah, but they were still like maple leaf sized or something similar.
They probably have pretty big leaves, but yeah, that's still...
Basically,
Even that, they're not like a leaf that you could wrap something in unless you're talking about something
They're not
small.
like a rhubarb leaf.
Yeah,
No,
banana.
I mean the eyeball is it's not as large as your fist, but it's an eyeball that looks like it's just an eye with an optic nerve attached to it, kind of thing. And that the eye for the tentacle is maybe a little bit thicker than that, but that's also a good 20 feet long. So you couldn't wrap that into a leaf. You could wrap it in the paper, but then you've ruined the paper.
No, that would be pitiful.
But I'm not too concerned about that. I was mostly making a joke. Anyway, we are at the back up to the room with the mold.
Oh. When we
Yeah,
get
I'll
up
get out
there,
a torch.
when we get up to there, Braxton, could you reach in this belt pouch on my side here and pull out the 2 vials of the oil?
You can put the shell down.
In case we have to run.
I'll reach in his belt pouch.
I'll have a torch ready to light the mold on fire once the oil is ready.
All right, so I'm going to need you to tell me where you're going to stand.
I'm gonna stand as far back as possible. I figured
Can
we're doing this like a Molotov.
Can we? No, I was actually thinking, can we work out if there's a slope, and then we could pour the oil.
That'll take a really long fucking time. Just do a Molotov cocktail thing.
Well, that will make some of the spawns
You
go
can
up
just
in
throw
the
a
air.
torch in. We got plenty of torches.
Yeah, okay, you know what? I have a torch. I'll take out a torch, light the torch, and toss it into the fucking thing.
Wait, I already had a torch lit. You can just use mine.
Well, yeah, we're just saying for argument's sake what we're using.
Yeah.
Yeah, just toss in the torch and...
Yeah, I'll toss it in. If that's what we're doing.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. All right. Who's going to be involved in taking care of this? Ockar
I am.
and Braxon. Higgimus, were you going to be close to this, or are you going to be standing far away? If
gonna
anyone's
be kinda
not
far
involved
back.
in this, then you can stand far away.
I do not have good aim.
I could probably hit it from a reasonably far distance by throwing the torch.
Well, I'm going to be involved because I'm hoping that my immunity to disease can help deal with anything bad that might happen.
Hang on, from what I recall, most of the gems were close to here.
In the back area.
Well, you
Yeah,
picked
so
up
we
most
don't-
of the gems. It's just a handful of gems
Yeah.
that are now on. that
Yeah,
are in the mold.
so we don't actually need necessarily to destroy all the mold unless we because it's going to get walled up anyway. We just need to get to the gems. So
We could
If
go
we-
the long way around and
if we went into this room the long way, and we were able to
move-
pour, if the floor slopes down and we were able to pour the oil here, for example, if the gems were here, and
There's no slope.
there's no slope.
And
Okay.
only Urgoth can tell you if you ask him. No one else would has the skills to determine if there's a slope.
Oh yeah, because he's a dwarf.
all I'm gonna ask is, does it look like, using my nature lore about sort of things, if you just pick up the gems, would that disturb the mold and cause spores to fly up?
You'd have to step into the area of mold. So yes, I mean if
Does
it's gonna-
anyone?
Well, no, if you're like on the area close to where they are, but not actually touching the mold and picking up the gem.
everything.
Does anyone?
Let me. That's fine. No, you would disturb the mold. You would absolutely disturb the mold, either by stepping in it to get. Some of them you would have to step in the mold, and for those that you wouldn't have to step in the mold, you're still going to be touching the mold when you pick up the gem.
Yes, that's why we need to burn it off. The gem should hopefully survive it.
Looking at the mold, can I determine if just covering your face and nose, would that prevent you from inhaling it?
You don't know enough about subterranean fungi.
Okay.
Does anyone know how to do fire spitting?
No.
What? No.
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 Which
The closest I came was drinking that potion.
I was just thinking,
oh,
how...
have you got any of that left?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
But it wasn't fire. It was
Yeah, it's not
something
fire.
else.
It's sand.
Yeah, sorry.
But it could work by pushing the gems off the mold, but it would definitely disturb the mold.
Yeah.
Somebody
If
just
you
give me the
remember-
oil in the fire. I'll take care
You
of
should
it.
just burn it. It makes sense.
I'm gonna okay. One more question. Can I figure out if the mold is very flammable?
You don't know enough about subterranean molds, subterranean fungi.
I love that answer.
Did Levo try and not identify, but at least figure out what the type of mold this is? Did she try that last time?
Do you have a proficiency that might apply?
Herbalism.
I've
If
got
I remember.
herbalism.
You can try it with a massive penalty.
I will join in.
Somebody, I'm gonna just have somebody hand. Oh wow.
Oh wow. Now Old has to figure this out because he clearly didn't prepare for this.
Is he going to pull something out of that like he did with the lock picking?
All right.
Well,
So
can I-
what was the question again? I'm sorry.
She wants to know what.
Well,
type
no,
of mold
let
it is.
her ask.
I was wondering whether I actually was wondering whether I had already done that last time, but since I'm doing it now, I'm wondering what type of mold this is.
Okay,
Whether
you
I could
cannot
figure it out.
tell what kind of mold it is, but what specific information are you hoping to achieve by? I mean, like I could tell you the name, and that wouldn't mean anything.
Okay, I'd like to know two things about it. Is it flammable, and are the spores dangerous for us?
Maybe and yes.
Maybe.
And yes. Well, does she know if covering your nose and mouth is safe?
If you have a fine cloth that you know, like those masks that are used in, let's say, China or so to keep pollution out, I think it should probably be okay because those spores are not smaller than pollution parts.
Assuming that the spores only work by getting into your lungs, they may work by contact onto flesh.
So, would you know if the spores act as disease or not?
No.
Okay.
Not for the purpose of your immunity. she would know that the priestly cure disease spell oftentimes does kill mold of this nature, but it's
So
it's more of
Ah.
a
Mm.
I mean that's a fairly limited and selective kind of information of it may work if we had the spell.
But
She
we
has
don't.
no idea if the paladin cure disease ability or that potion that you have would work on it.
So I turn around to Ockar and Lafdul, and I say, I think from what I could see that the cure disease spell might work. Do you have it?
Curative
Not you
magic,
have it?
basically.
Well, I could cure a disease with my abilities, but I can only do that once per day.
Isn't that like a weekly thing?
Oh,
Didn't
yeah,
you-
once per week, I think.
Ockar, didn't you say that that you were immune to disease or something?
Yes, that too.
So
Yeah.
it would be logical, sort of logical, to assume that if cure disease can cure the mold, then that it actually is spreading a disease. So I suggest if anyone does the checking out whether it's flammable or not, that you are the one who checks it out.
That sounds like a reasonably smart plan.
All right.
So I'm gonna.
Check, so.
So I should go in and light the mold on fire.
Right?
Okay.
We still don't know.
I'm gonna back the fuck up.
So I guess I'll get the oil and my torch and go in and start splashing the oil onto the mold and then light it.
Yeah.
Everybody back the fuck up first.
While everybody else backs up.
Levi is down
Yeah.
here.
I'm like here because I figure I want line of sight of the doorway, but I don't want to be too close to the doorway.
And that was the story about our first paladin.
Yeah. You got this nice shiny sword. You didn't hold on to it for very long.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right, Ockar,
Lighting on fire is what we're going to do anyway.
are you going
You
to
realize-
are you going to toss the oil in and then toss the torch in, sort of thing?
Oh, yes, I'm going to toss them both in.
Okay, and and where exactly are you going to stand? To be clear, the extent of the mold is basically right here. So roughly at the front of
It's
the
in
door
this
frame.
room, right?
No, it's in this room.
Well, I guess I'll be standing like about here
Okay.
as I toss in the oil and then the
One
torch.
sec.
Like not as far back as the others, but still, at least a decent enough far back so the fire won't hit me because of the explosion.
Can I say something? You might want to aim for the areas which the gyms that we saw were at.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Actually, can we just not light an arrow on fire and just shoot an arrow in?
I think you need specific arrows for that.
You
and
could try to
alcohol and stuff like that.
I mean, you could try to make something with the oil and some rags.
Yeah.
I do have the fletching skill, so I guess I could roll for that.
Well, do you want to do that, or do you want to toss the oil in the fire and the torch in?
The
I'm
arrow
gonna
would be a
toss the
lot
oil-
safer.
Okay.
I'm just saying because you shoot it from afar, but that's if he hits.
We can see if you can actually make the thing first.
All right, let's roll fletching.
Well, wait, Ockar, you said you're going to try tossing the oil in first, right?
Oh, well, now that you've brought up this idea, I'm gonna see if he can actually make his fire arrow a reality.
Well, as he was doing it, I interrupted him.
But
with that
I can still
suggestion.
throw in the oil so he has something to light on fire.
Okay, how many vials of oil do you guys have right now? Although I think Asher might have stepped away for a second.
He
I
said
think
there was
originally he
2.
said he had 4.
Okay. Braxon, how much do you have?
Braxon's only got 2, one of which would be in his lantern. So
Okay,
he's only
so you've
got
got one.
spare. Unless we've been there long enough that he'd be on his second one.
Probably.
I'm fine having it just be on the first one.
Yeah.
It's got to be running low, though.
All right, so how many arrows do you actually want to try to make? Just one?
Just 1.
Okay. You can definitely do that with some strips of cloth and some of the oil from Braxton's flask. But that flask is probably only half full now, given that a lot of the oil got splashed around trying to soak the oil rags that you wrapped around the head of an arrow.
Actually, it's too late now. But I've only just thought of this.
I'm using a flight arrow for this too,
Yeah.
by the way.
It's fine.
I got my blackout oil that I got that I used
Oh,
on my weapons. That's flammable as well.
Okay, well you could always toss that into the room.
Well, I assumed it's already happened though. So
No, all that's
Damn
been
it,
done
you
so
got
far is
black.
making the arrow.
yeah. I thought the vial that Ockar had was going to be thrown in.
Yeah, but
I'll go with the oil that is being used at the moment.
that will require attack rolls, and none of that's happened yet.
I actually suggest that we throw in the vial that Braxon had because that's only half full now.
Yeah,
So
that
one full vial, and if we have another one, then we have one full one.
Sorry, I'm back. I gave 2 full vials to Braxon.
All right. Well, was that before? That was for your lantern this trip down, or when was this? When did you give the?
Just now.
No, he
Okay.
just handed them over. But Braxon's also got 1 as well, so we got 3.
All right. So you got 3. You used up half to make the flaming arrow.
Mm-hmm.
What
So-
are these? What are these flasks of oil made from? Are they metal or
I'm guessing carrots.
Right.
Oh,
No, it's ceramic.
Yeah, they're breakable.
they're breakable?
Yeah. So I mean,
So if we toss them up in the air and they smashed,
well,
they'd
if you
splash
toss
all
them
over
You
into
make
the
a
room,
Molotov.
yeah, if you toss them into the room, they'll break and smash.
give me a second. Hello.
The question is, how many do you want to toss in there? Just one,
Yeah,
or
I'd
what?
say just toss in the half vial.
yeah, might as well.
I'm in the middle of
Well, depends
D&D
with
game right now.
trying to find out if the spores are flammable.
Toss them onto a patch of.
I have an 18 deck, so if you want me to throw it, I can throw it too.
Toss them on top of a patch of gems.
yeah, just enough to cover the area which we need to go and grab.
Sorry about that. My sister called.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want to start with 1 vial? Is that the half vial? In other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah.
toss that in first and make them all get oiled up, and then we can shoot in the fire arrow.
Okay. Who is going to make the attempt to toss it in?
I will if no one else will.
All right. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, I think you also have 18 decks, right?
No.
Yeah. I have.
It's 15.
Yeah.
What's the missile adjustment?
There's no missile adjustment for that.
2 for mine.
Well, we were saying the paladin was saying he was immune to disease.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah, I
better
guess
throw
we
it.
can just.
Are you better at throwing things than me?
Ma-
We
Uh,
wouldn't know.
It's dexterity.
let me check.
We wouldn't know.
My I'm not all that. I'm only average at throwing things.
I guess I can throw it.
I mean,
Who was the one that tossed that one potion to kill the cave fishers?
That was
That's on the
me.
sling, wasn't it?
That was Yeldin.
Do you think you can make this throw, Yeldin?
Probably, maybe. I'm not going to guarantee it because I'm used to usually shooting arrows rather than throwing things.
Oh, you probably have a better chance than we do, so go ahead.
All right, rolling.
All right. Well, first of all, where are you gonna stand?
Well, since we're trying to get the gems, so probably, let's see, gems are like back here, right?
The gems are scattered. No, you already picked up those gems. The edge of the mold is about right there. So the back 15 feet of the room is mostly clear, and they're scattered all around.
So,
So
I'll
all
try
around in there, right?
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
I just try to go for the middle.
Okay. So let's say about right here.
So I was thinking probably standing here.
Okay.
That's a somewhat clear line of sight towards the middle of the room.
All right. And what's your THAC0 going to be?
Well, I don't know what it is with objects, but I have with my dexterity. With my high dexterity, I have a ranged attack adjustment of 2.
Okay. And what level are you? Your third?
Yep.
All right. So 18. So 16 for throwing. All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
14.
Okay, that is a hit. You got it exactly where you wanted it, and right about here. And it bursts open upon contact with the floor. The mold does not soften the blow enough, and oil splashes everywhere. However, that does release a spore cloud.
That's covered in oil as well.
Well, I mean, it's
Around the impact.
Yeah, I
area,
mean,
we're being
it-
depressured.
yeah, it just gets disturbed and releases a spore cloud. Now, because you got it exactly where you wanted it to, that is... Yeah, it does not leave the room. Alright, so the room is now filled with a spore cloud, and you've got an arrow that you can light on fire and shoot in
All
there.
right. I'll pull the arrow out and get someone to light it for me because it requires both hands to get an arrow ready. And I'm going to shoot for the same spot. And now
Okay.
my THAC0 for my bow. This is flight arrows too.
It's probably the same thing.
15.
Okay.
Because I have an adjustment because I'm an elf.
Alright, oh
I
right.
believe is what that's from.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Actually, no, I think I took mine into consideration.
Yeah, I prefer it when it's
Alright.
included in the...
Ran. 8.
All right. It does not go where you intend. You're not used to
The extra weight.
right. And it doesn't fly quite the way you expect.
Usually.
Whoops, that's the wrong die. Let me see. I'm going to roll for the grenade-like missile since that's kind of what you're doing here. Oh. All right. It goes a little bit too far, and does not manage to land on any of the oil. So now there is a burning arrow in there laying on the mold. The mold does not seem to be catching fire itself.
Can we
Throw a
toss up?
torch in.
Yeah.
Can we
Oh.
turn
I'll grab a torch and see if I can throw that in accurately. So it's
Hang on.
16 again.
Can we turn one of the other jars of oil into a Molotov cocktail?
No, they don't really burn that well. In that way.
Oh no! How Molotov cocktail usually works is you have a rag,
Highly.
stick into it, and then you have the rag soaked in the oil. You light the rag, you throw it, and that usually causes it to, when it breaks, it burns.
Right. But
Type of oil that makes it.
the jars themselves, they're
not designed for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not something that you can easily do with lamp oil.
All right. I'll throw a torch at the oil spot.
Okay, go ahead and make another attack roll.
So you start marking down how many torches we got.
10.
Okay, let's see. Now you are taking a non-proficiency penalty because you're throwing essentially a club. So yeah, that is going to miss, and that goes. It goes to the right of where you planned it, and how far is it going to go? Yeah, unfortunately that was too far. And it releases another big spore cloud. Not that you can really tell the difference. It stays pretty much in the same area.
Ugh. I grab one of my own torches out and light it.
Okay.
This is going to work.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll have enough torches, and it won't matter.
You could also try tossing more oil in there.
Yeah.
Oil up.
Yeah, but oil's a bit more valuable.
Yeah, just go. I say it's my oil. Go ahead and toss it in there.
All right, I'll as soon as he says that, I'll toss another vial at where either the arrow or I'll go for like
Aim for a flaming
arrow.
patch.
Yeah.
Torch is going to be a larger flame.
Yeah, so I'll aim for the torch because it's
Imagine
bigger.
the torch should be going out pretty fast then.
Nah.
No.
All right, here we go. Nope.
All right, let's see where it goes.
It'll be funny if it lands on the arrow.
It might actually. It does not quite land on the arrow, but it hits pretty close to it, splashes, and it does catch. The mold doesn't really burn that well, but it does begin to. You can see that it's clearly beginning to die off under the flames of the oil as the splashed oil catches with the lantern, and it spreads, catching the other oil and to the torch. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this is going to fill up the whole room as you would maybe hoped.
Is it burning the spores out?
However, all of that debris in the air does seem to be doing something, and all of a sudden there is an extremely loud whoosh, and it explodes.
I knew it.
Duck.
I duck.
Right behind the shield. Right behind the shell.
I'm just hitting the ground.
To the side.
All right.
As soon as I see that,
We're far away anyway.
backpedal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
most of ours are far back though. So.
Yeldin, I need you to make a saving throw versus breath weapon. That will be modified by your dexterity reaction adjustment. Higgimus, you were close to that as well.
16.
Since you gave him the oiled throw. Well, no, actually, you'd given it to Braxon, and then Braxon gave it to him to throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have walked off. He wouldn't have just.
So, Braxon, I'm
Reaction
going to need you to
against-
make a saving throw versus breath weapon as well.
Yep.
So I need to get greater than 14.
Oh!
Goodbye, Braxon.
Do I need the roll as well?
Actually, yeah, you were up there with them, weren't you?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had to get below
No, you need to
15.
get above.
Above.
Greater than 14 with my reaction adjustment. No, that's not right. That's not a success. I fucked that up.
Just roll the d20, but it's a 9, so yeah, that's below.
Holy shit! I did it.
Okay.
So
might be-
explosion knockback or?
All right,
I might be rolling
Ockar.
up another character.
Ockar, you take 5 points of damage. And
Did
Yeldin,
I jump to the ground?
yeah, you
As soon
basically
as I
jump
also, as
and
I'm
roll.
diving out of the way, I'm also gonna roll.
and Braxon and Yeldin,
Do you
you
have
take 10
tumble?
points of damage.
Ooh.
Sorry, someone overtalked you, Ald.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Okay, thanks.
Ow. I'm down to 7 hit points.
After the flames die out, I'm gonna go run up there and be like, "Are you guys okay?"
I'm fine.
Oh,
Getting
I
better.
got some time.
I'm not feeling too good.
I will get some cloth out and attempt to bandage them after pulling them away.
You
All right,
guys
and-
you guys are crazy about loot, aren't you? Just throwing your life away
uses
just
out of
for
this.
little trinket.
And you also need to use some ointment on the burns. It's fine. You've got that kind of stuff in your container.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'm fit enough to fight anymore.
You
Well, it's a good thing
unconscious?
we're leaving.
No, I'm not unconscious, but there's not much
You're
of me
gonna
left.
have you're gonna
I
have
got 7
trouble
hit points.
climbing, actually, aren't you? There's a penalty if you're below a certain amount of health.
I
it?
I don't think so.
We got a magic rope. So...
No, the game. I mean, there might be some optional rules for that, but as long as you're not actually, basically the only thing is that you're perfectly fine up until 0. Everything else is just flavor, unless you've taken a specific injury.
Hmm.
All right, now
I'm
let's-
using my healer's back then, am I? If I just healing them, or
yeah, you can roll proficiency check for all 3 of them.
I'm at 7 hit points left, so Braxton's probably worse off than I am.
oh, I'm just gonna. Can I only heal one immediate person though?
Because of the situation, you can just get 1 hit point for everyone if you succeed.
Okay. Yep.
All right, so who was that against? And
Yeah, whoever the most injured is first.
all right,
logically.
Braxon, I assume.
Yeah, Braxon.
The flaming
Oh.
night.
I'm up to 4 hit points then.
Yeah. And then I guess I'm next
Let's-
with 7 hit points left.
I'm doing this one for each hand, not.
Yeah.
I got the other priest here. Oh, I'm using up all my good rolls.
Well, she has no spells, but yeah, I mean, she assists you, but we're doing this with you since you took the lead.
So Yeldin.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Where's my hit point?
Who was the other one? Ockar.
Yeah, Ockar.
Who got hurt the least?
Yeah, I only
No.
took 5 damage. I'm fine.
Clearly, I have I have a disposition.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But no,
As I see you
I can't
trying
do
to
nothing
heal
for him.
me, I just say I'm fine and I wave you away.
Well,
Alright.
after we seem to our friends, I'll peek in
Check
the room. Well, not in the room, but I'll peek at the room.
Okay, well, there are no spores left, and the air is filled with smoke and soot. And it looks like the all of the mold on the floor has been destroyed.
But that's only in this room, isn't it?
That's the only place that they are.
Quite loud. What we
Okay.
Well, that's dealt with.
All right, so
Alright.
you're
I've
able
heard
to
it, okay.
head in there and recover 2 more floor spars.
One sec.
We alright have warm florist spars.
I'm sorry?
Warm to the touch.
Oh, they're sooty. They're very sooty. They
said
need to
two
be-
more?
They need to be
Fire.
cleaned. Yes, 2 more.
'Kay.
2 more garnets.
'Kay.
And 2 more sapphires.
It's pretty blue ones, right?
Yep. So, yes, Lafdul, you would know right away that was probably worthwhile.
Yeah.
'Cause
Sapphires.
Sapphires are the most valuable gem in there.
How much are the sapphires worth?
He hasn't done a proficiency check on it, but sapphires are valuable.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
They're
sapphires.
up there. They're like up there with diamonds and shit.
Well, I mean, the specific
Diamonds, rubies, and
values
emeralds.
can vary, quite tremendously. But I mean, I don't mind telling you guys right now, the base price is pretty high to start with. So
Yeah.
Are these uncut or cut?
They're with
these
diamonds,
are all cut.
rubies, and emeralds.
Only the gems that you
Yeah.
got on the level up above were uncut.
You're due for a break soon, aren't you?
And I was actually just about to get to that. I don't.
How about we make?
Yeah, I mean, I
think
don't.
there's anything else.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else down here for you guys to actually encounter. So we can
Then
basically
let's
just
leave.
say that you
There was
guys.
2 people we left ages ago. Suddenly, they
No,
take
you
our
already-
ropes or something.
You already killed them. You already killed
Did
them.
they?
Yeah. There were
I
there
thought
were,
they fled.
there were 2 injured Grimlocks in the in that battle.
That was
Yeah.
that was them.
Yeah, it was them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, yes, you guys are able to make your way out just fine up until the narrow part, and
Higgimus has some issues.
Higgimus has some issues, but because the the shells are the shells of the snails are 8 feet tall, but they're not that that deep.
Wide.
They are about that wide, and since this is a broken piece, it's just essentially one. With a lot of grunting, finagling, and everything like that, he's able to get it around the corner and get it out.
Just like a couch.
Basically, yes. But you're not taking that stone one out. Don't even think about it.
Oh,
What?
The stone couch that was
Oh, okay.
that
I thought that'd make a good spell jamming helm.
I'm preempting you there, Braxon. I'm preempting you there. So you're able to get out, and we'll pick it up with you guys actually leaving this whole complex when we get back from the break. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so.
You better come up with a good response for that guide as we're leaving.
Oh, now you've put pressure on me.
Yeah, we're carrying a massive shell.
All right, I'll spend the time thinking about it. But
It's probably going to be we're going to have to confiscate that shell.
That's not part of your contract, that.
all right, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so.